authorization logic. So any user who is logged into the system or not, he is an administrator and he is a guest user can access any endpoint or any controller. So I have to restrict the user on the role base. So as you can see that if I try to get execute this method, so user can access the all the methods. So I want to do restrict the user if user is administrator who access this all the endpoint and can do any activity in the system. And if the user has the role has user, so it will be only access the get method. So as you can see that in the uh, I will see some data, do some initial configuration for the system admin roles, and I was created two user, which one was the admin user and the second was the uh, system user. So I have to restrict the user which has the role has user. So only access the get endpoint of the uh, product or any other API endpoint. So only the administrator, the only the user who has the administrator you can access all the endpoint and can do any activity in the system. So for this I have to go to the product controller and just I have to add the authorized attribute here. As you can see that I have just simply add the authorized attribute. So this attribute is applied on all the controllers. So any user who is not authorized cannot access the any endpoint of the application. So just rebuild the application and check that is this working fine or not. Now just try to execute the. So as you can see that now it has spawned 401 error and undocumented response status is 401. So I just try to add the product here and you will see that it is returning 401 and I mean user is not authorized. So I have to log into the system. Just I have to copy this and go to the postman and I add the user credential here. I am going to test this with the user, which role is the user, and after that I will verify it with the uh, administrator. So here is the API account user login. There is the user login, and its type is is JSON. So hit the controller. What's happening with this? Uh, Everything is provided, but what's happening with this? Sorry, user login and now the just hit this and you can see that it has returned the token. So now through this token we can try to access the product API, which is the product get API, and just go to this controller and add URL here and replace it with the products and product controller and get products. So is add the authorize attribute here. Authorization and here I have to put the token string. Fires. What the happened with this? I have copied this just paste it here. No, okay. Now let's try to this here uh, with the swagger and try to get the products. So you can see that now it's it's returning error. So because the token is not provided here, so I have just try this. What's happening? I have provided the token and no need to. What's happening here? If we product get products and I have found the issue. So I am using the old version of the Postman, so that's why it is not authenticated or not processed successfully in the right way. So I have used the extension, which is the uh, request bin, and I have just added it here my URL API URL and in the authorization I have select barrier token. I have add the token which is the this token which in the response of the user login. So now I try to this. It is the online resources. So for testing the API, you can test any API through this request bin. So I have just put it here my API URL, which is the product get product API URL and just copy the token and paste it here. So if I try to hit, as you can see that it's coming successfully. As you can see that I have authorized attribute here, and the user is now authorized and can access any method of the product controller. So what happened with this? So now here is one drawback here. I have applied authorized attribute on the controller. So every user who has logged into the system can access any method of the system, any method of the API, which like get method, get all products and get products by ID and add some products and update some product and also delete. So it is not a proper way to every user who is logged into the system and can do any activity. So I have to remove the authorized attribute from here and apply it on the every method and with and specify the rules for the user to do activity. So I have to just put authorized attribute on the product and here I have to do the configure some role based authentication. So just add the curly braces and type a role is equal to add. So as you can see that I have put it here roles, which name is the administrator. I go there and just copy this from and paste it here. So I have restrict the user. Only the ad user who has logged into the system has administrator role can add product in the system. So as if you have to add any other role, you just like user just paste comma and paste. You can paste it here any other role. So only administrator and user roles can do activity in the system to do post the results. So I don't need to go with the user. I have to go with the administrator. So I have to do this for the add update and also the delete. So who only the administrator can delete and add some add, update, and delete entities in the system. If the user is logged into the system and those user has the right role as the administrator, and get method will is accessible to all the user. So every user logging into the system, if it is the administrator roles or it has user roles, can get all the products and get products by ID. So if, when it come from the add or update or delete functionality, so those users don't have any right to do activity in the system. So just go to the API and just try it here. Just go it there and hit it here. So it has returned the token attribute token. And as you can see that every user can get the activity. I have to bin those, yes, this was press bin and add token here and copy the URL of the API Just put it here and send the request. So user got the these items successfully. So I have just tried to add item in the this API in the add some product here. So just go it this here and copy this and paste it in the paste it here. So just I have to change it the person and post paste content here and change the endpoint with the add product. Here is the get product and we have just changed this add product and just try to add some product and you will see that the content has not returned. So now I go with the administrator user. So just go there and try to log in with the admin user, admin@admin.com. It has the user email and has the password. Password is admin. Just hit the API and what's going wrong with this? It's returning simple email. Why? It's not allowed. So what's the happening with this? It's not generating the token. Why? I think something went wrong. Okay. I think password is okay. I have put wrong password here. Just hit the login method again and it has returned the token. Just copy this token and I have to paste it here. So just um, as you can see that the product it is added successfully. So as you can see that I was logging with the admin user which has the role to user, so it was only the right to access the get product API. So and I try to add the new product by the user roles. So it was not because I have add role here. The only the administrator role can add the product. So user was unable to add the product here. So when I log in with the administrator and add the token here, so the product was added successfully with the administrator user and as you can if I try to get simple I go there and just hit the get product API. So you can see that the two records are here. So this is the previous record and now I have added this record. So in this video I have discussed about how to authorize user and apply the authorized attribute and on the specific role base we can do activity in the system. Thanks for watching the video.